What up, everyone? I will begin this video by quoting Proverbs 23 verse 9. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. In Greek that means, stupid can't be fixed. The point that I'm going to try to get across in this video is that anti-ads don't work. What are anti-ads? Well, do you remember back in the 90s they were shooting all these anti-drug commercials trying to entice our youth to steer clear of drugs? TheTruth.com, for example. How many of those commercials do they air today? I haven't seen any of those ads in over 10 years. Then they started coming out with all these, my name is such and such, and my anti-drug is insert anti-drug here. They don't even air those commercials anymore. I realized after several years of not seeing those ads why they weren't showing them anymore. Because they're not reaching out to people. People just laugh and ridicule those ads. Gee, how can you learn all these horrible things about these drugs and then it just makes you want to do them even more? The answer is simple. It isn't that people don't know that drugs are life-threatening. It's that they don't care. Just like people who don't want to hear the truth anymore. So they only believe what they want to believe. If people want to do drugs, they're going to do them regardless. Most people in this world only live for pleasure anyway. Here's a question. Why does the truth hurt so much? Because it reminds people of how wrong they are. Nobody wants to be told they're wrong. It offends them. These anti-drug commercials finally caught the clue that their ads really aren't reaching out to people, so they stopped making them. I'm sorry, but people today are far too dumbed down to listen to some ad they just shot. People in today's world are not going to listen to anything that doesn't encourage them to be idiots. Why do people make and sell drugs? That's easy. Because the love of money is the root of all evil. And as long as the drug dealers are making money, they don't care if their drugs kill you. Just like the tobacco companies. They kill people too. They promise you pleasure, but give you death instead. The media encourages drug usage, you know, through movies. Now we got parents who buy drugs for kids. I don't know any personally, but they're out there. Parents are supposed to be your best teachers, as my uncle used to tell me. Unfortunately today, parenting has no real value anymore, especially since we got all these rebellious kids out there who have no regard for anything anymore because of the single mother plague. Anyway, as if anti-drug commercials weren't reaching out to people, now we got anti-texting ads. Are those affecting anyone? Not from what I've seen. I think adding the texting feature on cell phones was one of the dumbest ideas in history. But I think it's also part of the government's depopulation plan. They know that accidents will increase big time if people drive while distracted. The devil controls the government and he wants all of us dead. That's exactly why a lot of things in society are becoming legalized. To make people hellbound. You can make all the anti-ads you want, people will ignore them. Once people are dumbed down to the point where they don't think for themselves anymore, nothing you do or say is going to get through to them. I happen to have a CDL manual, and one of the things it says is that you're not supposed to talk on your cell phone when you're driving. I've seen truckers do that before. I was on the highway one time, and I got this Swift driver cut someone off, and he almost caused me to rear-end the guy in front of me. I caught up to the trucker, and sure enough, he was on the phone. America no longer has any common sense or moral values. Everything that can solve the problem that makes sense is looked down upon. People don't want this country to get better. They want to live in chaos. See The Dark Knight Rises. For example, after Bane blows up the football stadium, the whole city turns to anarchy. That's exactly what this country is going to become in the very near future. So, why do we continue making things that don't really reach out to people? It's because not everyone's affected by the system. Not everyone is going to bow down to Big Daddy government. I don't know about you people, but I don't kiss the feet of those who, in the end, are just going to throw me away like yesterday's trash. To those of you out there who are devil's advocates, most of you will figure it out too late that Satan never cared about you from day one. By the time you accept it, it'll be too late, because you'll be in the lake of fire after Judgment Day. Then you'll spend eternity regretting the life you lived. Bottom line is, you cannot reason with the sheeple because stupid can't be fixed.